do me and lovely things. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and of course leave your comments down in the comment section below. I love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for those who've commented already. I'm not going to do my shout outs in this video. I'm going to do my shout outs in my video on Sunday when we do the review of episode 5 season 4. But today I definitely wanted to come on here and talk about Musa and his conversation with Makhumalo as it pertained to Makhumalo. The reason why I didn't report on it in my first video is because I kind of overlooked it, because he said exactly the same thing to his sons, and as a reason why his sons should take up polygamy. So when he said it this time, I was like, this is just a thing that he's saying. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't internalize it and actually think about it that much. Let me tell you first what he said. So Musa's having a conversation with Makhumalo. And in the conversation with Makhumalo, he raises the issue he wants to marry a fifth wife, and not just any fifth wife. He wants this fifth wife to be from the Khumalo clan. And the reason for this is because he wants someone who is going to assist Makhumalo have kids, because Makhumalo can't have kids. Like, what do you mean though? What do you really mean? You know, this had me. So when I first heard him say that, I was like, okay, first of all, this guy said that he wants Mpumelelo and the other guy, the other younger brother, the other one, Makhumalo's son, to be polygamist and to marry into a Khumalo household so that they can vusa umuziga Makhumalo, right? That's what he said. Now he's saying he wants to marry a Khumalo woman. This is so wrong on so many different levels. Level number 1, ne? There's nobody who's going to, first of all, being married, come and be married, ne? After you are married, or before you are married, you are told the kids you're going to have are going to be for someone else, to vusa someone else's muzi. How? How? Which woman do you know who wants to have kids is going to give up their kid for another woman? Because if he gets married to another Khumalo woman, that Khumalo woman is just as much a wife as Makhumalo is. So who's gonna vusa her home if she's giving her kids to Makhumalo? So from historically and traditionally, ne, what would happen is, if, like, for example, in the story of Sarah and Abraham, how Sarah asked her concubine to have a child with Abraham, Ishmael, right? So it has happened even in African history or in African tradition. It has happened that if your wife fails to give you kids, you go back to her family and request younger sister or cousin or something, and then you marry her, and then she has kids, right? And those kids are then her kids, kind of thing. But that used to work then. That's not going to work right now. It's not going to work, and I'll tell you why it's not going to work. Number 1, the things that used to happen back then were adjusted, or they fit into the situation back then. You understand what I mean? Because in all likelihood, if a woman had a child for her sister, or even like you were going to raise your sister's kids anyway, and you were going to be in the same situation, same scenario, same environment, living together. It's not like your child was going to be totally taken away from you. Oh, I understand. No, Janana, that's not how things are. Things don't work that way right now necessarily. And what happens if this woman gives Makhumalo her kid, and then Makhumalo decides she wants to move to Cape Town with the kid, or America with the kid, or separates herself, or says you can't come near my child, type of thing. You know what I mean? It doesn't fit. Secondly, you can't select which culture and which traditions you want to implement when. You can't be selective. If Musa is a traditional man, because we all are aware of IVF, if this is such a big thing for him, he can easily, I get he has money. I get you made your million. I get during lockdown, you wrote us a book telling us about how to make 1 million papas. So you got the money, right? You packing like that, right? You stable like, you steady like that, right? So why also in Kichalete, we somebody clinicking, take your wife to the clinic, get her IVF, and then impregnate her using IVF. You won't do that because it's not traditional. Yet, your first wife doesn't even live in your crowd. Musa, your first wife lives there far away. Traditionally, where have you ever? Secondly, you only did a traditional ceremony for your first wife and your second wife last year. So all of these years you've been living with this woman without doing completing all of the rituals, her eating nyongo, because I really doubt that once a woman has completed those traditional ceremonies that she has to do them again. You haven't done that for wife number 3. You haven't done that for wife number 4. Traditionally. Maybe you've lobolat them, maybe there was an umembe, so maybe whatever was happening, but there were some other rituals that were lagging behind. Musa? Mr. Traditional Man. Why do you choose which cultural things you'll do and others that which you won't do? Aside from that, what you do in your family is none of my business. What he does in his family is none of my business, it's none of my concern. None of this is my concern. See a commentator la. I need you guys chose to be on a reality show, so we're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about you. We wanted to entertain us, let us be entertained, and then let us also be educated because we don't understand. The other thing that really bugs me out is, yes, this is his vision and yes, this is his purpose. But one thing that I really don't like about what some men do is they want to bring out their vision and live their purpose and what's the word? Make it come into fruition and, make it awesome. But at whose expense? At whose expense, Musa? Yes, you may not have known or Makhumalo can't have kids when you married her, but is it really necessary for you to go and now marry another Khumalo woman? How do you think she's going to feel? How is that going to affect her self-esteem? Already on top of the fact that she can't have kids and she wants kids, she's already going through some things, probably emotionally. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist and I don't pretend. But it's probably not something that she's happy about. It's probably not something that she's comfortable about. There you go, looking for another Khumalo woman. How is that going to affect her psychologically and emotionally? How is she going to feel? Say the problem was you, Musa. Let's say, for example, the problem was you. That you married 4 women and none of them had kids. Would you like it if your brother was then called upon to come and impregnate your wives so that you can have a homestead? Because you want 30 kids. Would you like it? Would it sit well with you? How would you feel if you were her? Yes, we want your vision. Yes, we want you to succeed. But not at her expense. Not at her expense. Not at her expense. So that is really what is heavy on my heart and what prompted me to do this video. I wanted to talk to my brothers and I wanted to say, guys, if you want to cheat, own it. And say, you know what, I saw a booty and I want that ass. I want that ass, I want that ass, I want that ass. Okay? Be honest, say that. If you want to get married, don't try to mental, because these are 4 beautiful, intelligent women. And they are aware of what you're doing. They know some of the things, because we are wives and we are women, we'll keep to ourselves, we'll keep quiet. We won't say obvious. We won't, because we are also labeled that we talk too much. So we'll keep quiet. But just because we're quiet doesn't mean we don't know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. But we want to protect our family and we want to support your vision. Just because your wives may not say, hey, we know that you're lying. I love what Makale said. Makale in that video said, no, even if Makhumalo could have kids, he would still go and want to get another wife. Because this has nothing to do with Makhumalo at the end of the day. He's just using her as a way to trick the wives into agreeing to and supporting his foolishness of wanting to take another wife. Okay, it's not foolishness, but his, he just wants another wife. He wants another wife. I want another wife. I want another wife. So now he's using this situation with Makhumalo, and it's so unfair. It's so unfair. You can do it better. Musa, you can do it much better than this. You can do it much better than this, than to victimize her like that. She can't do anything about the fact that she can't have kids, and your solution is not a solution. Your solution, Baba, is not a solution. You can't say you want another wife to come and vusa her muzi. It's not gonna work, bruh. It's not gonna work. Because while she's vussing this one's muzi, who's going to vussa her muzi? And then it's going to lead back to this conversation where when you're neglecting me to satisfy your other wives. Which is not the point of this video. The point of this video is I'm triggered. Because I thought about it. And I just feel it's so unfair for him to put the blame on. Basically, he's saying I need a fifth wife because Makhumalo can't have kids. How dare? Do you really even love her? Like, how could you? Can you not? I needed a fifth wife because Makhumalo can't have kids, so I need a fifth wife kwa Khumalo. No. F. You get an F. This is not how it's done, and I'm not impressed. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this. I'm so drained. I'm just talking about this issue. I'm just emotionally and physically drained from talking about this. Like, I'm mad. Like, Banna. Ha. Men. Ha. Yo. Banna. This is painful. Shem. Okay, Makhumalo is not my favorite, but shem. This is not nice. And I'm not down with it. Boo. Thank you so much for watching, for my love. Please stay tuned for more videos, more reviews of Uthando Nesthembu. Let me know in the comment section what other shows you'd like for me to review, and of course I'll do it. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, I love it when you leave your comments down in the comment section below. I always respond. I always leave a heart or something because I love interacting with you guys. Thank you for taking time out in your day to listen to me rant and rave about Musa and the prosperousness of his behavior. It's preposterous. It's preposterous. Until next time, my love. Bye.